Most High in Christ, everybody clap it up. Most High in Christ, this is Monday history class. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We've been on these streets since 1969. We are the only men authorized by God to go out on the streets and lead the true biblical Jews. Okay, since 1969, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge has been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians their true heritage, their true nationality, as well as who their true king is. Okay, we have been on these streets teaching the people, okay, not to worship a white man, not to worship some rock in the Middle East. Okay, we are out teaching our people the truth inside of the Bible. What's it called? Now you got, because why? We are authorized to by our king, our rightful king, who we will get today. What is the exact title?
Who is Jesus?
Who is Jesus, right? Who is Christ, right? Okay, first thing we're going to get is Khan. Who is the Christ, right? First thing we're going to get is we're going to get the answer to the question, who is Christ? What is Christ? Does somebody want to give me an answer? What is Christ? Anybody? Nobody. See if you got anything online. Give y'all a second.
Wow.
Yeah, give it a second. Well, Patazai, you want to try to give it a try? What is Christ?
Christ is
Yeah, Khan. No, you good because y'all names are similar.
Christ. You mean what? Or
What is Christ?
what is the representation of him in the body?
Give me, what is the Messiah? That's a better way to put it. What is the Messiah? Khan.
He is the deliverer of it.
Okay, give me a little more. Deliver us from what? Khan.
The deliverer of captivity of the real Jews.
Deliverer of the captivity of the real Jews. That's a good one. Anybody else? What is the Messiah? What is the Messiah historically? Historically, what is the Messiah? Does anybody know? Paradza, you got any idea? What is his Messiah historically?
Messiah?
Yeah, Khan.
The Savior of Israel?
Historically, give me the history of it. Do you know it? Anybody online? Wow. Khan. Historically, okay. Give me what you got. Give me Genesis 49 and 8. Salakia.
Did you
Right.
get one?
Huh?
You did.
Oh, yeah. Salakia, give me verse 1 so we could get the backdrop. Okay.
Genesis chapter 49, verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons.
Now, who's Jacob? The father of the 12 tribes of Israel, right? This is our father calling forth his son, the 12 tribes, read.
And said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
In the what?
In the last days.
In the what?
In the last days.
So, what does that tell me about the Northern Kingdom in the last days? Sis? Well, not necessarily, because it says they need a sign of what will happen to them in the last days. Khan, what do we know about the Northern Kingdom in the last days, Patazar?
We know that they're actually not keeping the customs of those Jews that left after them.
Yes, but something else. What do we know for certain? Because he said the last days. What does everybody say about the Northern Kingdom? You got to be a little familiar with battling or the scriptures. What do people say about the Northern Kingdom? Prata? Khan.
Say that again, sir?
What do people say about the Northern Kingdom?
Or say that the kingdom is lost.
What does that mean?
Yeah, well, that's what they say. We can't, that's the real answer.
That's not really what they say. Khan. Prata?
They're not Israelites. They're not Jews.
No, that's not what they say. They say they don't exist. There is no more Northern Kingdom. That's what people try to, if you ever try to talk about the Northern Kingdom, they'll say they don't exist anymore. And they'll usually use that as substantiation for bloodline doesn't matter. Because if bloodline matter, why didn't he get them back? But he did get them back. And this is the scripture that lets you know that. Genesis 49:1. Definitely put this in your precept books. Khan.
Slock, sir, that what you just said, who said that the Northern Kingdom doesn't matter?
They meaning they don't exist anymore. They were wiped out. Basically, you get that from Christians and stupid Jewish people. I've recently found out. Khan.
I understand that, but is that in the Bible?
Not at all.
Not at all.
And this is the precept for it right here.
So the question was, who say that the Northern Kingdom is no more in existence, or what they say about the Northern Kingdom?
No, I was saying, what do they say about the Northern Kingdom? Because
What do they say?
what do people usually say? Because that's usually what you'll get. When you ask about the Northern Kingdom, they don't exist anymore.
All right, because I was just thinking about, you know what I'm saying, that question was referring to the Bible.
Yeah, right. No.
That's what that question took me. I don't know what, I hear the first one, what do they say?
Right.
I thought you meant referring to the Bible. not
Yeah,
somebody's
Khan.
idea. So
Khan.
So like I said that because of all the smaller groups of whatever religion.
Right.
They say the Mexicans is not Israelites.
Right.
They say the ones that are usually the Asherite, which is Colombians and whatever, because
Right.
at some point they're too light skinned.
Right.
So I have heard that too.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know when-
No, those are colorists. I'm talking about mainstream Christianity. If you go to your regular pastor, the Northern Kingdom does not exist anymore. If I talk to Bishop T.D. Jakes right now, there's no such thing as a Northern Kingdom. Right? But this scripture cuts that. And since you want to deal with what's it called? The scripture in Revelations that list 12,000 from each tribe also cuts that. To the 12, James 1:1, to the 12 tribes of Israel scattered abroad. Right? You can't get away from this, right? In the last days, right? The things would befall us. But let's see what would happen in those last days. Read.
Verse 2. Gather yourselves together and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. Verse 3.
Salakia. Drop down to verse 8.
Verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise, and thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. What is this talking about? Khan. No, meaning what's called. What does it mean, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise? What is that saying about Judah? Hmm? Khan.
So like, if I may, that's a question on saying the northern tribe will praise Judah,
What you mean?
meaning
Meaning all the tribes will praise Judah. Yes.
after coming together. That's what that.
Right. Meaning, but it's not necessarily praise to think of it like Rodney King. Think of it like Freddie Gray. Yeah, I gotta understand, like a lot of our brothers and sisters, where they come from, like Benjamin Jamaica specifically, if you got a warrant, they shooting up your house because everybody got a gun. So when one of them gets shot, it's like over here, it's like, yeah, it's better than what we get back home. You can't do that to Judah. We don't know no better. This is the land of freedom and opportunity. I get to come down there, Malcolm X, march down the boulevard, and they named it after him. Like, yeah, we will riot in this. Yeah. Judah gives everyone a backbone, so to speak. Judah riots, everybody riots. Right? Here's the problem. Judah goes left, everybody goes left. There's also that. Right? Read. Salaki, yeah, Khan. Read on. Read that from the top. Verse 8.
Genesis chapter 49, verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
Keep going.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
And Judah will always be at his enemy's neck. It isn't Sammy Sosa saying the Jews are black and and I'm going DEFCON 3. It's a Judite. A Judite is always giving Esau hell. Right? It's not Vibes Cartel doing this. You understand, you know how many decades Benjamin's been saying the Lion of Judah? But let a Judite say it. Right? Keep going.
Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
Right? Keep going.
Verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp.
Judah is a lion's whelp. Judah is a cub, a lion cub. Give me, anybody ever watch Animal Planet? Yuhar? Khan, you ever seen, how do lion cubs act? You ever seen lion cubs or la? Khan, how do they act? Like, give me a description. Are they just docile and just sit around, or do they think they're lions?
Yeah,
They think they're like I don't know how true it is, but supposedly the fathers let their sons bite their tail to give them motivation. Be like, yeah, you can kill something as big as me because you're gonna grow up to. That's Judah. Judah is gnawing at the teeth. Like, let me give y'all troopers, y'all young men, Salakia, a round of applause. This is for all the young men out there. Because y'all, and I don't just mean young men necessarily, because a lot of 50s and 500s, this also applies to. Y'all are much better than my generation. My generation was some lion cubs. My generation, my generation was wild on Facebook. You pass out off, you can teach now. You was in everybody's, it was over, right? That's a lion cub. You know at the teeth. You think you're great because you want to be great and you know you can be. That's Judah. Judah knows at the teeth. I touched a billion. Now I think I can talk about Jewish people. That's Judah, right? Keep going.
My son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He crouched as a lion.
Thou art gone up. He's taken, right? He stooped down. He couched as a lion. What does it mean to couch? To go down like a lion, right? Keep going.
And as an old lion.
And as an old lion. Meaning what? He also has the spirit of an old lion. What does it mean he's an old lion? An old lion doesn't like to get up. An old lion doesn't like to fight. We don't want to boycott. Right? We have the spirit of a young lion, but we also have the spirit of an old lion. Right? Keep going.
Who shall rouse him?
Who shall rouse him up? Meaning what? George Floyd, Freddie Gray. What's it going to take to rouse up this lion? Who knows the answer? What does it take to rouse the lion? Huh? No. He needs to bruise the serpent's heel. What does it take to rouse the lion? I'll pull it. I'm going to get it right here. This is 3. This is Genesis 3 and 15. I'll start at 14. Well, yeah, I'll start at 15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Meaning what? Our sisters, our mothers crying in these streets is what rouses us up. A man crying for, you think the Most High made it accidentally had George Floyd cried for his mama? Y'all think that's an accident? That's not an accident. CVS's get burned down when black women cry. I'm gonna let you know that now. Black women cry, your community goes to hell. They will burn down a police precinct because a black woman cried. Who's going to rouse them up? Don't you understand the depth? Do you, Haya Allah, do you know why you're here right now? That's not rhetorical. Do you know the answer?
There's a lot of different ways to answer that. So.
Okay, in terms of George Floyd, why are you, and what I said about a black woman's tears, why are you here right now?
I'm not sure.
Fradza, why are you here right now? Why do you have the right to be here right now?
In danger.
No, why do you have the right to be here right now?
Oh, because I'm knowing that I'm Israelite.
That doesn't give you a right to be here. You probably aren't an Israelite by the law. Why are you here right now? Why are you allowed to be here right now?
Why I'm allowed to be right here right now?
Right. Why are you allowed in this building? Why are you allowed in the sanctuary of the Most High right now?
Because I'm repentant.
Says who? According to the law, you do certain things, you die, you cut for life. So who allows you to repent?
Christ.
What makes him so special?
Because the Most High gave him the authority, so I can't repent.
How?
Which I don't understand about how.
How did he get this authority? Think about it. We're talking about George Floyd and who shall rouse him up.
I hear nothing about George Floyd.
Okay, Salakia Khan. We're talking about who's going to rouse up Judah, right? Then you had George Floyd, a man who literally cried out for his mother, right? And that is because of it. And then I pulled in the scripture in Genesis where it said, what's it called? We will cause enmity between the serpent and the woman, right? Because black women cry, our nation, what's it called? Police precincts get burned to the ground and CVSs get looted, right? Where does that equate to us? How do we know that to be true? How did we get here in this building right now? What gives us the right to call ourselves the children of God right now? You were on the money. You said Christ. What about Christ? Now think about it. The topic is George Floyd. Khan,
You understand about him dying?
give him a hand. Christ's death? I don't think, okay, let me explain Christ's death to you real quick. Christ's death caused a spiritual awakening. And before you get all ooky and spooky, people initially first within his country, within our national borders, heard of the story of this 30-something-year-old young man being killed and said, I will stop being a drug addict. Because a 33-year-old brother was killed, I will stop being a murderer. I will stop pickpocketing. I will stop being a stick-up kid. I will stop being a whore because this brother lost his life. Right? That's the importance of Christ. That's what roused us up. His death. His death roused up our people to reawaken the nation. Right? Now give me verse 10.
Verse 10. The scepter shall not depart from Judah.
The scepter shall not depart from Judah. Read on. What is the scepter? A scepter is a rod. A scepter is like it's basically a stick, a golden stick usually, that people use to basically symbolize rulership. Keep going.
Nor the lawgiver from between his feet.
Nor the lawgiver from between his feet. Keep going.
Until Shiloh come.
Till who?
Shiloh come.
Till Shiloh, an epithet of the Messiah. Right? That is an epithet or a name for the Messiah. That's what you get when you look it up in the Strongs. Keep going. Shiloh.
And until him shall the gathering of the people be.
And to him shall the gathering of the people be. What does that mean? Everybody's going to flock to the Messiah. Everybody's going to come to this one cat. Right? That's the Messiah. The Messiah is the leader of the nation of Israel. All 12 tribes. Keep going.
Verse 11. Binding his foal unto the vine, and his ass's colt unto the choice vine.
Right? Why? Because where did Christ come into Jerusalem on? Riding a Khan. Right. Give the sister a hand. I don't see this nigga riding the ass. Just so y'all know, that's an inexpensive animal. An ass is not really that expensive. Yeah. Keep going.
He washed his garments in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes.
He washed his garments in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes. Right? Keep going.
Verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine.
I ain't seen this cat drinking anything at all. You know, one of Christ's miracles is getting niggas drunk, right? Like, let's be serious. Y'all want to talk about the Bible? Like, the Bible is not the book y'all think of. One of the greatest prophets, basically hands down, one of the greatest prophets in our nation is a nigga on the run for murder. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about? Moses. Moses looked this way and that way, meaning what? He knew what he was doing was wrong, killed the cat, and then had to run. Jesus Christ liked to drink. The Messiah, you just understand, here's how real it is. Jesus Christ liked to drink so much, this is a sign of Jesus. His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth.
And his teeth white with milk.
His teeth are white with milk. What is the milk? Who knows? What is the milk? Khan. No, the food. No, not literal milk. What is the milk? Anybody? This is Hebrews 5:12. For the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of the power. and are become as such need of milk and not of strong meat. That's what Christ came to do. He came to give the milk. Khan. Hebrews 5 and 12. Right? Give me now. Let me see, what is that? And his eyes red with milk. Right? So now we know the Messiah has to come out of where? What did that teach us? The Messiah would have to come from Kansas. No, not yet. We ain't get there yet. Where does the Messiah have to come from? Khan. No. I'm talking about bloodline. Where does the Messiah have to come from? Where does the Messiah have to come from? Huh? The lineage of Israel, but where specifically? We just read it in Genesis. It would have to come from Judah, right? The Lord, the giver, shall not depart from Judah. The scepter shall not depart from Judah. Now give me Deuteronomy 18 and, well, actually 7. Wait. Hold up, Salakia. Hold up 1 second. Give me Deuteronomy 17 and verse 8. Verse 14. Deuteronomy 17 and 14. Right? Now, we understand now, what is a lawgiver and what is a scepter? I just broke it down. What are these symbols of? Who gives law? Not literal, not talking about the law, so don't think the Most High. Who gives law? Who gives out law? But better way, who makes the rules? The Khan. He would be called the what? Say that again. Senators? Senators. Yeah, but not, don't think American, but who makes rules? Who makes the rules? The governor. He governs, right? But who makes the rules? The governor governs. Who makes the rules? The king or the ruler. Right, Malak or his ruler or king, right? The lawgiver or the ruler, the man who makes the rules, is the Messiah. He's the king. We're all familiar with this, right? We just broke this down in Genesis, the 49th chapter. Now give me what you got. Give me 17 and 14, Baba Kosha. Let's get some more criteria of the Messiah or Hamashiach. Keep going.
Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 14. When thou art come unto the land which the Most High thy power given thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me.
Right, so in Israel wants a king. Keep going.
Verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Most High thy power shall choose.
Right, meaning what? The choice is not yours, not who you think knows the Torah well. Y'all understand, like, his supposed ancestor was a shepherd. Like, David wasn't educated. I hope y'all know that. More than likely, David was not educated. David's family wasn't rich by his own admission. David himself said, I'm poor. I don't even deserve to marry a princess. David himself said this. right? Keep going.
One from among thy brethren
Okay, so the king of Israel has to be an Israelite. That's common, right? That makes sense. Keep going.
shalt thou set king over thee.
He has to be over us. Meaning what? He has to be one of our own. Keep going.
Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother.
You cannot make your ruler to be some white man. Okay, those of our people that want to serve Judaism and want to worship Shlomo or the whatever Yakuza, Yanuka, right?
Uh,
The hell, sound like a Japanese gang. Yanuka, right? With the Shlomo. That's what I'm not gonna really use Yanuka too much. I'm gonna use Shlomo. Was dominant like Shlomo. Your God cannot be Shlomo Nassim Black. Okay. Amare Stoudemire should not go up trying to love Shlomo. Amare Stoudemire needs to pay tithes to the man of the Lord and stop dressing like a member of Run DMC. Keep going.
verse 16. But he shall not multiply horses to himself.
Okay, that's enough. Now let me get 18 and you can start at verse 15. Okay, now so we got it. You got this cat. You may ask, why am I going through this? Why is the class about Christ, right? We should all know, but it's come to my attention that the Jewish man believes their Messiah has come. The Jewish man believes that some 33-year-old born in Spain, and I will repeat, born in Spain, and I will repeat, born in Spain, is the Messiah. The sister already brought it out, but why am I saying born in Spain about 3 times? Anyone want to give a guess? Where does Jesus have to be born? Khan. I'm sorry, not Jesus. The Messiah have to be born.
He would have to be of the tribe in Israel.
Right, but where would he have to be born? This cat was born in Spain. Where's the Messiah supposed to be born? Where specifically?
Jerusalem.
No. Christ was born in Jerusalem?
Oh, Galilee.
No. Christ was born in Bethlehem.
Well,
No, I know this. I said it. The sister said it earlier, but yeah, Khan. Christ was born in Bethlehem, the hometown of David. Once again, this cat was born in Spain. But I have to do a class to prove to, I guess, I wish I could curse, frickin' rabbis. The Messiah has to be born in Bethlehem. You have 15 for me, Baba Kashar.
Come.
And let's see another trope of the Messiah. Because understand, everything I'm pulling is basically prophecies of the Messiah. That this guy doesn't fit. Keep going.
Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 15. The Most High thy power will raise up unto thee a prophet,
Right?
from the midst of thee.
A prophet from the midst of thee. Sorry, Muhammad. You could never be a prophet. Keep going.
Of thy brethren,
Right, because Muhammad is an Arab, not an Israelite. Keep going.
like unto me.
Like what?
Unto me.
Like what?
Unto me.
What is like unto me? Just break that down. Huh? Like, what does it mean when he says like unto me? Khan.
Like same ghettos,
No.
same conditions. Nope.
What is like unto me? Khan. What? Say that one more time. Okay, no, not really. Okay, well, who's speaking right now? Moses, right? So, what was Moses like? Already gave you an idea. Hmm? Who was Moses like? What was Moses like, Salakia? Khan. Yes, but Moses gave us the law. So, what does that tell you about Moses? Khan says. What? No. What does that tell you about Moses? Moses said, kill homosexuals. What does that tell you about Moses? What does that tell you about the Messiah? If Moses said, kill the homosexuals, and Moses said, there's someone coming who's like unto me, what does that mean about the Messiah? Huh? P, you got any idea? Yeah, over there. Means the Messiah is like Moses, meaning what? He will kill you. He loves the law to the point that he will kill you just like Moses would kill you. So a prophet is coming like unto me. People think that people try to treat Christ like he's the polar opposite of Moses. He's not. He's exactly like Moses. Right? He's like unto Moses. That is literally Moses' own words. The Messiah is someone who comes like Moses. There's what Christ actually meant when he said, Moses spoke of me. Keep going.
Unto him ye shall hearken.
Unto him ye shall hearken. That's what you're going to listen to. You're going to listen to him. Right? Keep going.
Verse 16. According to all that thou desireth of the Most High thy power in Horeb, in the day of the assembly, saying, let me not hear again the voice of the Most High my power, neither let me see this great fire anymore, that I die not.
Meaning what? At one point, the Most High did come down when they did what the Christians know as the 10 Commandments, right? After that, Israel basically said, yeah, I'm not dealing with this every time. We'll talk to a prophet, right? Keep going. And for those who don't know, like, this is, okay, we're familiar. The Bible is manifold, right? This is not talking about Joshua or Joshua exclusively. This is talking about every prophet, but mainly Yahushua, mainly the Messiah, right? Keep going.
Verse 17. And the Most High said unto me, they have well spoken that which they have spoken. Verse 18. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee,
Right.
and will put my words in his mouth.
And will speak the words of the Most High. That's what he has to speak. Keep going.
And he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him.
Right. So I don't understand how this cat, Yakuza or Yanuka or whatever the hell he calls himself, Shlomo, can be some goddamn Messiah. When, what's called, why? Because you memorized the Torah. You know how many people memorize, how many doctors and lawyers memorize law books and medical books? That doesn't make them a god. The Jewish man is simple. Very, very simple. Right? Now we got that. Okay, so we know he's a king that has to come as a prophet, right? Speaking the words of God from, okay, the house of Judah, right? Now let's see if we got anything like that. Because there was a king in Judah, right? Nobody disputes his lineage, right? So give me 2 Samuel 7, verse 11. Salakia, verse 12.
Second Samuel, chapter 11.
No, chapter 7, Salakia. Chapter 7, verse 12.
Second Samuel, chapter 7, verse 12. And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers,
This is King David, David, or whatever the hell they say it, right? Malak Dawada, King David, right? Keep going,
I will set up thy seed after thee,
right?
which shall proceed out of thy bowels.
Which shall proceed out of where?
Thy bowels.
Out of where?
Thy bowels.
What are your bowels? How you know? Sis? No, not your stomach, a little lower. Mapatazar, what are your bowels?
Loins.
Huh?
Loins.
Your loins. Okay? He'll come from out of David. He'll be David's child. He's from David's testicles. Right? You have to be a direct descendant of King David. What proof does this cat have that he's a direct descendant of King David? Right? What proof does he have of this? Right? Keep going.
And I will establish his kingdom. Verse 13. He shall build an house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever.
So this cat has to have an everlasting throne, right? Keep going.
Verse 14. I will be his father, and he shall be my son.
Right? And he will have a relationship with God that's like a fatherly relationship. Keep going.
If he commit iniquity.
Okay, now that's pretty much it. Meaning what? Meaning what? Christ, this is another prophecy of Christ. Christ shall be from the house of David. Right? That's the prophecy that Christ made. Christ is going to be from the house of King David. Right? P. You got a regular sword, brother? No, I'm sorry. You got a regular sword?
I got a regular sword.
Yeah, Khan.
No, I got a Spanish one for that.
Khan. All right. So Christ is from the house of King David. That's right here in the scripture. Right? That's what this is talking about. This cat has done nothing to show that he is of that line. And as I said earlier, let me get that thing on mic I was looking for. Hold up. I'm about to pull that now. If any of y'all got any questions on the subject, Khan. Say what? Christ what? Okay, Khan. Well, it never says, but more than likely it was lamb. Grapes, all of his Lord's favorites, more than likely. Now, this is Micah 5 and verse 2. But thou, Bethlehem Ephratah, though thou be among the thousands of Judah, yet out of thee shall he come forth unto me that is to be ruler in Israel. Verse 2 again from the top. This is Micah 5 and 2. But thou, Bethlehem Ephratah, I'll let the brother get it. Now, Micah 5 and 2. Now, this is what you have here. This cat was born in Spain. How is he the Messiah? Y'all read what I just read, right? Y'all heard what I just read? Read that from the top.
Micah chapter 5, verse 2. But thou, Bethlehem, Ephratah,
Right?
though thou be little among the thousands of Judah,
Right?
yet out of thee shall he come forth unto me, that is to be ruler in Israel.
The ruler of Israel is coming from where? Bethlehem, Judah. The hometown of David. Right? That's where Christ is going to be born. The house of bread is Christ's birthplace. Right? Okay. Keep going. Whose goings forth?
Whose goings forth have been from of old, from everlasting.
From everlasting, meaning what this is keep continually happening. He is Adam. He's been here before. They trying to hype this dude up like he has some spiritual insight. He doesn't. There's just another regular white man like Jim Jones or some other nonsense, right? These cats are a dime a dozen. Okay, we're about to get that now before we end off. Okay, because why? You have all these people going and following after these cats, not understanding that this is your destruction. Okay, give me Matthews 24 and 1.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 1. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. Verse 2. And Yahushua said unto them, see ye not all these things?
Now, stop. The first thing, they see this beautiful temple, right? Just like you got idiots today that want to dress up in nice, colorful pajamas. And they look so beautiful. They look so together and unified, right? But here's the problem. Read verse 2.
And Yahushua said unto them,
This is what Yahushua has to say about those cats. Keep going.
see ye not all these things?
Right?
Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another.
Yeah, that whole operation is going to be destroyed. Just like the initial temple was destroyed. Why? Because they go against the Most High. Right? Keep going.
That shall not be thrown down.
That shall not be thrown down. Keep going. Now drop that. Give me verse 4.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
Yeah, and this is a perilous time. If you're watching these classes, don't be lied to. Don't be deceived. Don't be tricked out here. And that'll be very easy to happen, right? You see these cats that are all militarized. You see these cats doing whatever stupid works you think they might be doing. They're doing nothing, right? Keep going.
Verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ.
I am Christ. I am anointed, right? I am the anointed one, right? Keep going.
And shall deceive many.
And they're going to lie to many people. They're going to deceive many people into believing there's something to listen to, like Shlomo. Do not listen to Shlomo. Shlomo is not your God, right? Keep going.
Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars.
You hear of wars, Ukraine, right? You hear of wars with Taiwan, right? Keep going.
And rumors of wars.
You hear rumors of wars. Every other day, Kim Jong-un is playing chicken with Japan, right? Keep going.
See that ye be not troubled.
What does it mean, see that ye be not troubled? Khan. Okay, but give me more. What does that mean? So what? Let it bother me, right? Give me more. What would be troubling about it? Here's the trouble. You turn it down a little bit. What's the trouble? The trouble is you worrying about the things that are happening. Ukraine means very little to us. That's good. Ukraine means very little to us. It does not matter what happens in the Ukraine to us. Right? We all agree? Same thing with North Korea. All that means is we might pay more for food. Right? But it has no bearing over our lives any more than anything else does. Right? Keep going.
Verily,
No, for all.
it's like, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
But the end is not yet. All this has to happen. You have to have Shlomos come out. You have to have idiots get sisters killed and have brothers shoot trannies in order for the truth to be revealed. Right? Keep going.
Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation.
A nation's going to come against a nation, right? All these nations shall going to come against each other. Keep going.
And kingdom against kingdom.
And kingdom against kingdom. Keep going.
And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places.
Right. And you're going to see all this death. You're already starting to see death with COVID. You're already starting to see death with the uptick in respiratory for children. Right? All this death from the Most High. Right? For what? For the end times. For what's going on. For Shlomo. Because Shlomo and his friends want to be evil to the true Jews of Israel. The true children of Israel. Yeah, this is their punishment. Keep going.
Verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows.
These are the beginning of sorrows, right? And Christ told us this. Christ told us that this is what would happen, right? Now, drop that. Go back to Isaiah 7. I'm gonna let you know what verse. Hold up, 1 second. Give me Isaiah 7 and 14.
Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14. Therefore, the Most High himself shall give you a sign.
What? The Most High himself will give you a sign, right? Keep going.
Behold, a virgin shall conceive.
A what?
A virgin shall conceive.
A what?
A virgin shall conceive.
Now, we understand what a virgin is, right? What is a virgin, Har? You know. Khan. No, not necessarily. A virgin is a young woman of marriageable age. She's specifically of the age to get married. You're on your flower about your teenage years. You're still not eligible for marriage. Right? Shall conceive. Keep going.
And bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel.
Emmanuel, which in Hebrew, Iman means the Most High is with us. The power is with us, rather. Keep going.
Verse 15. Butter and honey shall he eat, that he may know to refuse the evil and choose the good.
Keep going.
Verse 16. For before the child shall know to refuse the evil and choose the good, the land that thou abhorrest shall be forsaken of both her kings. Verse 17. And the Most High shall bring upon thee and upon thy people and upon thy father's house days that have not come, from the day that Ephraim departed from Judah, even the king of Assyria.
Right. Meaning what? This is him warning about the king of warning the king of Judah about the coming Assyrians. Keep going.
Verse 18. And it shall come to pass that day.
You could drop it right there. Right? So now we have another prophecy. Christ has to be the son of a young woman, a virgin. Right? Someone of that age group. I hear about his grandma. I don't hear anything about that. They're talking about they covered his head every day since he was born. What does that have to do with being the Messiah? Right? We are covering these scriptures that show you the Messiah. He's not fitting any. Conscious. The beginning is Genesis. Mm. Right. Con. Now give me what you got. Give me Matthews 7 and what do we want to start? 13 or okay, give me verse 13.
Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
That leads to what?
To destruction.
That leads to what?
To destruction.
So what does that mean? Break that down. What does that mean? Read that from the top and break it down.
Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is a gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which that go in thereat.
Okay, so what does that mean? Padza, you want to give it a shot? Huh? Okay, so what is this talking about? Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. Meaning what? You want to enter in through the straight gate. The straight gate is the narrow gate, right? And we're going to get a better example of that in a second. Okay? And broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. It is an easy and long road and open road to sin. It is not hard for me to sin. I mean, I can go walk out right now and eat bacon. Very easy. It is not hard for me to do any really evil here inside of America. It's very easy to do. Right? That's what it's talking about. Okay? It is not hard to find a group of sinners that like to wear a gay color and call themselves Israelites. Right? That is not hard to do. And you'll find a lot of them. Right? You want to see them up at a goddamn march, marching in front of a goddamn stadium. How about they march their behinds down to a soup kitchen? March their behinds to go feed somebody. That's what they need to march to do. Okay, instead of marching in front of some basketball center. Con.
I like it, but just like, if I'm understanding, what's the part that's destruction? Because I was, the answering of destruction.
What do you mean?
I mean, this whole verse,
Right.
it said, enter ye in at a straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way. So it's broad. What is the destruction? You're saying
The destruction, meaning what's it called? There's two gates. The straight gate is the one you want. The wide gate is the destruction. The straight gate is this small pathway. Only one of us can get in at a time. We're walking single file down the line. The wide gate, we all can go wherever we want. Like, I'll give a better example. This is the law. You can only walk in the confines of the law. You can do whatever you want in Christianity. You can walk over here. You can walk over there. You can walk down here. You can walk up there. It's wide, right? And here it's narrow, right? Keep going.
Verse 14, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way, which leadeth unto fire.
Which leadeth unto life.
Salakia. Which
Con.
leadeth unto life.
Right?
And few there be that find it.
And few there be that find it. The cats in that organization that's up marching in front of the Barclays Center, I pray for y'all, because y'all didn't find the light. Y'all didn't find life. Y'all found death. Right? That's why y'all always have a history of someone getting beat up or someone getting killed. Right? Keep going.
Verse 15, beware of false prophets.
Wait, what?
Beware of false prophets.
Beware of who?
Beware of false prophets.
Beware of false prophets. I wonder why it's saying that after I just pulled this scripture. This is what it's talking about. Keep going.
Which come to you in sheep's clothing.
In what?
In sheep's clothing.
Gentleman Hyman already broke this down. They wear sheep's clothing. They wear that gay color so they can lure you in and make you think everything's safe and wonderful, when inside they are very destroyed and evil. Right? These are false prophets. Read on.
But inwardly they are ravening wolves.
They are what?
Ravening wolves.
They are ravening wolves. They just want to destroy and devour you. Right? That's what they want to do. They want to take your money. It's a scam. Right? Keep going. Drop that. Give me second address. Seven and hold up. Phone's on silent. You're 7 and 6. Second address 7 and 6. Right? And we about to get this over with. Y'all don't know who the Christ is. Y'all want to worship some goddamn leader thinking they're anointed. Shlomo is not the Christ. Shlomo is not Mashiach. Moshiach, or whatever the hell you pronounce it. It's pronounced Mashiach. Right? Your Israelite leader is not anointed by the Most High. He does not follow God. Right? The only men of God are the men of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commanding General Yohana. Let me know when you got it.
Khan. This is Second Esdras, chapter 7, verse 6. There is also another thing. A city is builded.
Right? A built city. This is what Esdras is saying, right?
And set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things.
Full of all good things, right? This beautiful city. Keep going.
Verse 7. The interest thereof is narrow.
Is what?
Is narrow.
Is what?
Is narrow.
Keep going.
and is set in a dangerous place.
Now, what's it called? This is what it means to know the Torah and know the Bible well. Right? Christ read this. Christ understood this. He didn't have to recite every goddamn syllable in the Bible. Keep going.
To fall,
To fall, keep going.
like as if there were a fire on the right hand,
Right?
and on the left, deep water.
Keep going.
Verse 8, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once.
It was so small, only one person can go there at a time, right?
Verse 9, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
If you don't go out and do the work, which these cats don't want to actually do, you'll never receive your true inheritance. They don't want to do the work, right? They don't want to come under authority and come through the straight and narrow path. Keep going.
Verse 10, and I said, it is so, is it so, Lord? Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion.
And that's what we as a people have to do. And that's why they're doing a disservice on the street. They're lying to our people and shutting it down. They're giving them something they don't need, right? Say 47. We got one more. They don't need. Let's see. Give me where's his birth, Luke? So give me Luke the 3rd chapter. Hold on. Give me Luke the 2nd chapter, Salakia. Okay, give me verse. Give me verse 4, 2 and 4.
Luke chapter 2, verse 4. And Joseph also went up from Galilee,
Right,
out of the city of Nazareth,
right,
into Judea,
right,
into the city of David,
right.
which is called Bethlehem.
It was called what?
Bethlehem.
Which is called what?
Bethlehem.
Keep going.
Because he was of the house and lineage of David.
Because he was what?
Of the house and lineage of David.
He was what?
Of the house and lineage of David.
Why is that important? Why is him being from Bethlehem and being from the bloodline of David important? Huh? Any idea? Patza? Why is that important? Huh? Khan.
It said he's the direct descendant from Yahweh.
And what else? It said he's also in the city of Bethlehem. Why is that important?
Because he's to be a ruler, you would have to be born in Bethlehem. come from the lineage directly from.
You'd have to be born in Bethlehem and coming from the direct lineage of King David. That's why this is important. Shlomo can't say this. Right? Keep going. Shlomo's from Spain.
Verse 5. To be taxed with Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child.
Being great with child. Keep going.
Verse 6. And so it was that while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered. Verse 7. And she brought forth her firstborn son.
She brought forth her firstborn son, right? Keep going.
And wrapped him in swaddling clothes.
And wrapped him in swaddling clothes, right? Meaning what? She wrapped him in swaddling clothes. Meaning, what's called? This is how Yahushua was born. Inside of him. Keep going.
And laid him in a manger.
Right? A manger is a farm. Right? I believe that's also a prophecy, but I'm not too sure. Because, keep going.
Because there was no room for them in that inn.
In the end, they couldn't find a hotel room. Right? Keep going.
Verse 8. And there were in the same country shepherds.
Okay, drop that. Give me verse 10, Baba Kashra.
Verse 10. And the angel said unto them, fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 11. For unto you is born this day in the city of David the Savior, which is Christ the Lord.
Which is Christ or the Messiah, the Master, right? That's what that really translates to. The anointed one, the Master. Right? That's what that translates to. Now give me Matthew's. This will be the last one. 24 verse 38. Start at 38. It's 37, really. And you need to be ready. And where I'm saying this to make sure you're ready so you don't end up messed up in these days.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Okay, meaning what? It'll be just like when Yahushua returned. No, it'll be just like the days of Noah. Let's see what that means. Keep going.
Verse 38. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage.
Nobody cared. Nobody thought about Yahushua's return and what that would mean. People, these cats want to do all this for Kyrie, but don't give a damn about the people that Christ died for. They don't want to feed them. They don't want to clothe them. They go on mission. What's it called? They go on missions to quote unquote spread the truth while they ignore the very people that Christ fed. Right? And that's evil. Keep going.
Until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
Until the day that Noah entered into the ark. Then they realized we should reassess what we did when it's over, when it's completely end. These people are pompous. Right? Keep going.
And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
There will be no excuses. No, I didn't know. No, none of that. You will be dealt with in the day of Christ. Keep going. So is that happening? Like, did Yahushua return? Did Christ return and just start killing? This is the New Testament, but we're going to get back to the Old in a minute. This will be one more. Keep going.
Verse 40. Then shall two be in the field, and one shall be taken, and the other left.
He's going to cause a split in our house. Uh, give me 44.
Verse 44. Therefore be ye also ready,
You better be prepared. Keep going.
for in such an hour as ye think not the
When you're
Son of
not
Man,
prepared, right? Keep going.
an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh.
When you're not prepared, that's when Yahweh is coming. Keep going.
45. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat
Give
in
them what?
meat
Give them what?
meat
Keep going.
in due season.
What was I just saying? Y'all don't feed anybody. Y'all don't clothe anybody. But y'all got all these chapters everywhere. You know why? Tithe money. So you can get tithe money. But you don't feed anybody. You don't clothe anybody. And you tell people that. Right? They do it. They don't give meat to them in due season. Because they're not the true men of the Lord. They're out for a reward. That's why they do this. We're not out for a reward. Keep going.
Verse 46. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
Blessed is that servant who his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Meaning what? When his Lord finds him, he'll be working. His Lord will find him working. Khan, what's your question, sis? Right. Anyone who's not with the Lord is going to die. Yes, or be enslaved. Khan, I'm listening.
He's gonna come down like physically in spirit, and he's gonna
Yes, he's coming back with an army. Yes, we got to finish this off now. Read that from the top. 46.
Verse 46. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
Blessed is the servant that when he returns, right, he'll find him working. What's the work? Giving meat in due season, feeding the people. That's a blessing from God. Because why? Verse 47.
Verse 47. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. Verse 48.
Right? He shall make him ruler. That's who's going to get it. The one who's feeding the people. I don't need to put a camp in Russia, which is the dumb place to have a camp. There are so many more necessary places to have a goddamn camp than Russia. Not saying there's no brothers out there. I'm just saying no. Right? Here's what I need to do. Kyrie Irving. I need to teach the truth to every hood in America, and then Kyrie Irving will know what a Jew is. Think all them celebrities, you know how many celebrities live in these big cities and see us, have been seeing us for the past 50 years? They know what the Jews are. Right? We don't need what we need to do is help our people, not get tithe money and have sex with little boys in third world countries, because that's what's going on. It's not my words, that's Jonathan Hyman's. Talk to him. But yeah. Keep going.
Verse 48. But and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming.
Right. That's an evil servant. An evil servant is the Captain 2000 who saw Jesus didn't come, so I can do whatever I want. I can go around making whatever doctrine that I want to, right? Keep going.
Verse 49. And shall begin to smite his fellow servants.
And shall begin to smite his fellow servants. Keep going.
And to eat and drink with the drunken.
and to eat and drink with the drunken. Meaning what? He smites his fellow servants. How do they smite their fellow servants? Idiots trying to get other cats off the street. He smites his fellow servants by saying we're unworthy leaders, by talking ish against the men that actually do the work of the Lord. Y'all aren't helping anybody, right? But just goddamn selves, right? And what does it mean to eat and drink with the drunken? What are the drunken? Those who serve the beast. In the book of Revelations, the drunken of the wine of her fornication. What does that mean? You believe in a marriage certificate. God's going to kill you for that marriage certificate. God's going to kill you for all that purple. To help make you think that nigga want to wear purple. You know they beat his behind while he was wearing purple, right? And that to y'all makes you think God's going to come back wearing purple. Y'all are so stupid. Here's a proper representation of how Christ's going to come back. Matter of fact, finish this off and we're going to give you a proper representation of Christ coming back. What he's going to look like. What he's going to dress like.
Verse 50. The Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him.
Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him. Keep going.
And in an hour that he is not aware of.
And in an hour he is not aware of. Keep going.
Verse 51. And shall cut him asunder.
And that's what's going to happen to all these cats. You can do as you please. You can, think you are the truth, but you will be cut asunder. We'll see. Keep going. We'll do it like Elijah. You bring your offering, I'll bring mine. Let's see who gets accepted. Keep going.
And appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. What is that? Hell. They're going down to hell with our oppressors. They're going into punishment for the evil they've done. Scripture says, he who loveth and maketh a lie. Right? They shall not inherit the kingdom. Now give me Isaiah. This is the last scripture. Isaiah 63. Isaiah 63 and verse 1. And this is another prophecy of Christ. And I want to see, is Shlomo doing this? Is the Yanuka doing this?
This is Isaiah chapter 63, verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom?
Right.
With dyed garments of Bozrah.
Bozrah, that's a city in Edom, right? This
that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in his greatness of his strength, and that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. I that speaketh in righteousness, mighty to save.
Who is that? Who is I that speaketh in righteousness, mighty to save? Huh? Khan. Yahushua, right? Keep going.
Verse 2. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat?
Okay, more accurately, that's Christ. That's the Messiah this is talking about. This is a prophecy of the Messiah. So now Isaiah is asking him, why are you covered in red? Why are you in a redded garment? Keep going. Why does it look like you've been in a wine fat, crushing up wine? Keep going.
Verse 3. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me.
There was what?
None with me.
There was what?
None with me.
But Christianity is such a big group. There was
none with me.
But your Israelite group so large. There was
none with me.
None are with Christ. We do not follow after Christ as a people. This is the only place where you find Christ. And it's a very small place. The Bible tells you that multiple times. This is not some big, grandiose place that everybody loves to flock into. Maybe for a second will be a fad, but when the going gets tough, everybody gets going. Keep going.
For I will tread them in mine anger
Right, keep going.
and trample them in my fury,
Keep going.
and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments,
Keep going.
and I will stain all my remnant.
And I will stain all my remnant. Why y'all ain't wearing red? Bloody red. Y'all saying Christ is coming down. Y'all got a vision of Christ coming down. Christ is coming down to kill. It says he's going to wear a white garment and he's going to purposely get it red with everybody's blood. That's a prophecy of the Messiah. Is Shlomo doing that? Is Shlomo going through the streets cutting off heathens' heads? I don't think so. You saying all that, I wouldn't be surprised if this is some God love everybody crap. You might be right, Har, but I'd be more surprised if he did do all that. If the white man would allow him to do all that. Right? Allow him to go around basically starting trouble. Right? Because right now, you just had Biden. Well, he might actually do it after what they just did to Biden. The Arab just told Biden kiss they behind about some goddamn oil. So they might want to do something bad to them Arabs. He might be right on time too, shoot. Yeah, this cat is not the Messiah. Neither is your fake Israelite group. They are not anointed of God. Your fake Israelite group hates God.
Right.
And that's why they're so massive. I just read it in the Bible. Right? And with that, I pass the class over to Priest and Officer Haryala.
Clap it up for the class.